Well, hey guys. Good evening. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Been a little bit crazy this last week or so. Happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Whatever you celebrate. Really do hope you're having a great time with friends and family and creating some amazing memories. So this is Saturday, which means we start with a brand new master topic, but a little bit of a pivot this week, which is different than what we normally do. Um, you know, because the new year falls on Thursday, which is next week, we can't really have a series. I thought about this that goes all the way through the week. So what we have to do is do one series basically that just does, I'm going to say, now through Wednesday, and then another series that just does Thursday and Friday. I know a little crazy, but that's how we're doing it because this is still in series 4, and that's going to be in series 5. Okay. All right, guys. So welcome to Inspirations for Your Life. I am your host, John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. It's always a privilege, a pleasure, and an honor to be with you every single time that I'm on the air. I do want to thank all of our partners. I want to thank BronxNet. I want to thank Oakland TV. I want to thank many of the other small channels as well that are carrying our program, the PR Network, and many other places that are carrying our program. Really do appreciate that. And having over 175,000 listeners and followers really means a lot to me. I'd love to double that this coming year, 2026, but I need your help. All right, so you guys know that I'm for real. I've been on the air for 4 years, and now I'll be on the air starting my 5th year. So that's really a big accomplishment for the Inspirations for Your Life show, and not just IFWL, also the other shows that I run as well. So again, I want to take the opportunity to say welcome. If your very first time coming here, I definitely want to say welcome, and I want to say thank you to you. Because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have a show, right? So thank you very much for coming out and for watching the show. Really do appreciate that. Some are watching us live, some are watching us later on. It doesn't really matter. I'm just so grateful that you are here. By the way, if you have been here before, I want to say welcome back. Thank you so much for being here and coming back to the show. Also do want to thank all those great people from World Podcasts that refer us to their audience for shows that they recommend. I really do appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I'm so humble for all the people that love particular shows and that they choose that actually resonate with them. That means so much to me. All right, guys. So if you have not checked out believemeachieve.com, what are you waiting for? Go check that out right after the show. Now, not now, but I said after the show. By the way, it's available 24 hours a day, and you can do that right after the show. So this is, series 4, and it's show basically 53, episode 1. But I told you it's going to be a little bit crazy because of the way the New Year's falls, and I wanted to make sure that our series 5 starts clean. That's why I did it this way. All right, guys, if you're hungry, if you're thirsty, you're parched, I don't want you to pass out here. So make sure you get something, whether it's healthy, whether it's a fruit, whether it's candy, whether it's snacks, whether it's a juice, a drink. I don't care. Just go get it and come on back to the show. All right, guys, without any further ado, I'm going to kick the show off. All right, so welcome, everyone, yes, to the ever popular Inspirations for Your Life show. That's another uplifting episode here of the show that you guys know so well, the daily motivational show that helps you and many others become the best version of ourselves every single day. Now, I am your host. In case you didn't know, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. By the way, today is December 27, 2025. It is a Saturday, which again, as I said, we normally start off a brand new master topic, which we're doing, and we usually go Saturday to Friday. But because of New Year's, I decided that we're just going to include this through Wednesday, and then we're going to start just a small show segment on Thursday and Friday, and Saturday we'll start another segment. It just makes it a lot cleaner. All right, guys. So not only am I a serial entrepreneur, I'm also the engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, a coach, a graduate student, and yes, a passionate lifelong learner. And you know that from watching and following me for so long. Learning is my passion. People say to me, John, you should check yourself in the hospital because you just learn so much. I enjoy learning, right? Is that a crime? I mean, I really love learning. I'm probably going to live and earn and probably educate myself every single day of my life. So today's motivation is simply interesting because it's powerful. And here it is. You don't have to fix their whole life, just show you care today. That's a very, very powerful statement, guys. And I think it's one that a lot of times I think Hallmark and the stores get wrong, right? We often get so caught up in our busy lives and worlds, chasing success and balancing responsibilities, that we forget one simple truth. You know what that is? Our parents, because they don't necessarily need us to solve their problems. They just need to feel seen, valued, and loved. So today I'm sharing 30 ways to show up for your parents. Actions that take just minutes, but can strengthen bonds for a lifetime. So, guys, let's get started. Number one, text your parent one specific thank you. Now, maybe they're not in the grouping to want to text back. That's okay, but they still can read your text. 9 out of 10 parents can actually read text very easily. 7 out of 10 parents actually can not only read text, but actually can text back. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. A thank you for today. A thank you for anything. Don't overthink it. Just send the message and say, thank you. Thank you for teaching me how to keep going, keep on things and, keep on when things have tough days. That small moment of appreciation carries more heart, more character than elaborate gift you ever could give. Okay. Number two, guys, call for 3 minutes. I know I call every day, but call for 3 minutes. I talk to some people and they've never called their parents. I mean, I think it's part of a custom you get into. Some people say, gee, I'll call them once a month. That's really terrible. I mean, my day starts, I pretty much call. I have some days that I have to do something and then I'll call, but I usually call by 12 o'clock unless something gets kind of crazy. Call for 3 minutes. If it runs longer, that's a bonus, right? We often assume calls have to be long. Well, guess what? They don't. A quick, hey, just wanted to check in and say hello can be enough to make their day. Hey, my schedule's really crazy. I just want to call and see how you're doing, or I just wanted to wish you well today, or have a good day. That's all you need to do, all right? Number three, ask what's something you wish more people knew about your life. Now, that sounds like an oxymoronic question, but it's not. See, that question actually opens up a window into their world. You'll be surprised by what they share when you show a genuine curiosity. Now, we learned this from Dale Carnegie a long time ago, and he was somebody all about genuineness, right? And I said this, when you build relationships, whether it's in business or personal, you need to become genuinely interested in the other person. Number four, guys, send an old photo and write, remember this day. Nostalgia is love's language. So recalling a shared memory can reunite warmth and closeness instantaneously. Number five, guys, ask for advice on one tiny thing. Even if you know the answer to it, I don't really care. This signals respect and trust. It says your wisdom still matters to me. And I think that's something a lot of people sometimes get out of, whether they're out of school or something. So be kind. I know sometimes that might not be easy, but be kind. Number six, drop a quick made it home safe message. It's small. Maybe you don't say, I made it home safe. Maybe you just say, hey, I just got off the plane, or hey, I just got home. Maybe you don't use the word safe, but it's implied, okay? It's small, but it's a comfort. And you remind them that they're still part of your safety life and life. And that's important. Number seven, let them tell a story without correcting the details. Now, parents repeat stories because memories are their way of staying connected with their children and with people around them. So letting them have that moment in the spotlight honors their voice. Number eight, guys, ask them to teach you a recipe. And how about this? How about filming it? I know that sounds crazy. You're not just cooking, guys. You're capturing a legacy. One day, that video will mean more than any amount of gold in the world. Number nine, offer help with one annoying tech thing. I'm an engineer, but maybe some of you are not tech people. You can obviously read up on the stuff that maybe you want to help them with. Whether it's updating an app or setting up Wi-Fi, those small acts can remove daily friction and show supportive patience. Maybe it's reprogramming their garage door opener because they got a new car and they had to erase all the codes from the rolling door opener and you had to add them in. And it's not a hard process, but it's time consuming, right? You have to get up on a ladder, okay? You hold the button down for so many seconds if you want to erase all the codes. If you want to put a new code in, well, it's a little more challenging than that. Because first thing what you have to do is you have to have the door opener, okay? So the door opener already is coded to the door. Now what you need to do is you need to be in the car. So it's best to have two people. I always want to be up on the ladder. That's the easiest part. And what I do is I take my hand, okay? And when I take my hand, and go down. I'll explain this a little more. So first thing you want to do is you want to take the door opener, okay? And I know this is a tech show, but I want to just give you some advice. So you're going to take the door opener that you have. You're going to hold it pretty much in very close to in front of the home link that you have in your car. By the way, if you want to erase the codes of your home link, maybe there was something else programmed there accidentally, just hold the two end buttons on a lot of home links. This is for most of them. Hold it for a few seconds. It'll go bleep, bleep. It'll blink, and then it'll be cleared out. So now you can take the opener, you hold it there, and what you're doing is you're going to press the button down, and you're going to press the one you want to program it to. When you see the button on the home link actually changing ability to blink or go solid, when that happens, that indication changes. It can either go solid or some will start blinking fast. That means that you have programmed the home link, but wait, you're not done yet. That just means that you've programmed the door opener in the home link. So it's ready to work? Not quite. So door openers don't just work like that. They're rolling codes. So now we have to program that device into the actual opener. So now we're done with the door opener that we use to get the first part done. So now what I do is I get up on a ladder. All the codes are all good. I just want to add this brand new car, right? So what I do is I take my hand and I leave it up like this, okay? When I go and put my hand down like this, that's their key to press the button, all right? Pretty easy to do, all right? Again, so hands up here. When I go down, just press the button. And then if I go back up, release, right? So you could do it another way too. You could say, when I raise my hand, press the button, and then drop it, and then release the button. So that probably works better. So raise your hand. When I raise my hand, press the button. You don't have to scream. Drop your hand, and that's when I go ahead and I press the button. So when I go ahead basically here, and I start up here and I drop it. As soon as I drop my hand, as soon as my hand drops, I press the button on the back of the controller. The code gets taken. I see the light changing, and then when I change the position, so again, I'm here. So as soon as I raise my hand, press it, and then when I drop, that's when they need to release the button. Okay, that's important. And now you programmed your door opener, and that's not a hard process, and you could do it for free. But if you call the door opener, they'll probably charge $100, $150, $160. And even if you don't know how to do it, you could read up and do that step pretty easily. And it could save a lot of frustration and aggravation. Another good one is if they have a problem with a printer or Wi-Fi or something like that. You can be a guiding light for that. Number 10, mail a handwritten note instead of sending another text. In a world, overly proportioned with full of screens, handwriting feels, well, a little more intimate. It's tactical. Love. It proves you took a moment for them. I still to this day send cards. You might say, John, why? I think there's still something nostalgic about sending a card. Now, you don't have to spend a fortune. You can go to the dollar store and get something. But what I do is I get my cards early. And this way I'm ready. And it's not like I'm behind the 8 ball. And I have a schedule. And it really feels good to send out those cards. You can put a personal note if you want. Number 11, guys, ask, what was your dream at my age? This may uncover a part of them you never knew. It bridges generations and reveals shared ambitions. Number 12, guys, let them retell a classic story. Ask one new follow-up question about it, but let them finish the story first. They'll glow when you lean in. It transforms a simple recollection into a deeper connection. And I think that's important. A lot of times teens and kids, they all want to go ahead and speak about something. Why? Because they want to get the answer, but they're not really interested in someone's genuineness. So when you really show genuineness, people can tell that you actually give a darn, right? Number 13, say, I see it differently, but I still care about you. So there's nothing wrong with that. I think something I learned after getting out of college, you have to say, I agree to disagree, or I respect your decision and I see it a different way. And I think that's a challenging time for kids, their children, and also for parents, because that's the point of them growing up, right? And it's okay to see things differently. They may not like that, but it is a part of growing up. All right. Agreeing to disagree is completely respectable. I like to say that I agree to disagree. It means that I understand what you're saying, but I don't agree with what you're saying. So I agree that you're saying it, but I don't necessarily agree. So I agree to disagree. It's kind of cool. And it doesn't weaken guys' love. It strengthens maturity. And I think when you can get past that point, I remember the first time I had a disagreement. It doesn't have to be nasty. It doesn't have to be messy. In fact, it shouldn't be. But the first time can feel a little daunting, as you know, like, how dare you disagree with me? And you're allowed to disagree, all right? If you, let's say, I don't know, you like chocolate popcorn and they like butter popcorn, it's okay. The world's still going to go around because there's different likes, right? You get my point. Number 14, send a song that reminds you of a good memory you've had together. Music can revive emotions no words ever could. My grandmother on my dad's side, we actually had a song. It was actually my grandmother's idea. We chose a song. It was called "You Light Up My Life" by Bette Midler. You probably know the song. So I'm not going to sing it, but I want to let you know that we picked the song and then we actually gave her a music box that actually plays that song. She's not alive anymore, but she always would say that I was the light of her life. And every time she heard that song playing, it made her feel younger. It made her feel just so accepted and so really part of this world. Like she really belonged. Number 15, guys, ask how they're really feeling. Then stay quiet for 10 seconds and just shut up. That silence gives space for truth. Listening deeply is one of the purest forms of love you're ever going to have. I know it might be hard to keep your flap shut for even 20 seconds, even 10 seconds. Try it. You can do it. Trust me. Number 16, share one of your week just to include them. That could be anything, but make sure you do that. You're saying you're still part of my story. And that's important for anybody. Number 17, ask for a childhood story you've never heard. And maybe you've heard tons of them, but maybe there's one that you have not heard of before. You might learn where your resilience or your humor actually came from. And this would be pretty remarkable to learn about. Number 18, offer to handle one errand they keep putting off. Pick up that prescription or drop off that package. A small burden lifted can make their day a lot easier. Number 19, guys, tell them one thing they did right that shaped you. This is pretty cool. Acknowledgement fuels their heart. We all need to hear we made a difference. I think it doesn't matter what age we are or what discipline we're in. Everybody wants to hear we made a difference, whether it's parents, whether it's teachers. National Teachers Day, teachers and professors love to hear that they made a difference. Even your friend, when they say, you made a difference, you held them. Like I had somebody the other day. I'm not going to mention the person's name, but I do want to say thank you to them. Starts with a K. And I want to say thank you because apparently I was the inspiration. Before our show even got our full wheels yet, we were just getting on the air. That I motivated this person to start their own channel for a disability type group, which was kind of cool. And just the other day, they made a comment in one of the shows saying, it was John that actually motivated me to get my show started and going. And that was pretty amazing. And I'm very grateful for them for doing that. Number 20, guys, ask what's something you're proud of this year. Okay, this invites them to celebrate themselves. Something parents rarely do enough of, right? But they should do more of it. Number 21, show them one simple shortcut on their phone. It's not about tech. It's about empowerment. Sharing patience is an act of love. And a shortcut can be hard because you don't necessarily know which one they're going to use, but find one that you think they would use. Maybe something with their phone, right? Something pretty cool. Number 22, send a selfie from your day with the caption thinking of you. Tiny moments of visibility can brighten an entire week. I know there's some clients that we text even on our commercial chat. And a lot of times I'll just send a smiling face and just saying, enjoy the rest of this day. It's another wonderful day. And some people say to me, hey, John, thanks so much for the smile. Thanks so much for the positive gesture. And what it costs me? Nothing. Okay. So these emojis that we send or these animate emojis can really brighten somebody's day, not just for the holiday. Number 23, ask how you can make their week 1% easier. Now that sounds crazy. You don't have to say 1%. You could just say a little bit easier. That number seems small, but the heart behind it is huge. It says, I see you and I care. And I think when we can make a sacrifice for ourselves to help somebody else, which is not always easy to do, we're going to feel good. They're going to feel good. And it's just another great way to keep building the bond. Number 24, guys, invite them to try a new place or activity together. I know a lot of times adults and parents, they don't necessarily want to try new things. They're stuck on the old restaurants. They're stuck on the same menu items for 100 years, right? They don't want to try anything new. So I get it. So novelty can be a challenge, but novelty does fuel connection, laughter over new food or fun, and it can rewrite old patterns. So maybe the person doesn't want to try new food. Maybe you can just suggest a new type of drink, or maybe it's getting them used to a certain type of water, or maybe it's getting them used to a new appetizer. I know that might be hard, or maybe just getting them used to a new daily routine, right? Okay. Number 25, guys, let one small disagreement go without a lecture. You see, peace is sometimes the best gift. Silence, chosen with love, speaks volumes. And, we a lot of times don't analyze why we're silent, but silence has a lot of great attributes and factors for us. One, when we're silent, we're able to listen better. We're able to show the other person that we actually give a darn about what they're saying enough to be quiet while they're talking. Number 26, thank them for something you only appreciate now. Gratitude delayed is still gratitude, all right? And often more profound than you probably ever thought was possible. So these are all simple things to do. And the question you might say, John, is why don't people do it? Well, people think, well, they're too small, I'm too young, I'm too old, it wouldn't matter. Stop judging what could be and give it a try, right? Won't hurt. Number 27, ask about their best friend growing up and what they learned. You're going to gain new understanding about their heart and their values. Number 28, guys, record a short voice note. Instead of typing your tone, your laughter, those things comfort in ways text never can. So you might say, John, you could use a text. It's great. But when somebody hears your voice, especially when I get a text, like a starting text, hi, I understand you're concerned about this right now. I'm in a meeting at the moment. I understand the severity of it. I have it assigned to one of my members, and I'll be getting back to you as soon as I finish this meeting, which will be in about 45 minutes. That puts somebody else off the defense, and it will say, hey, you know what? The person was busy, but they at least took a few seconds to send me a personal message. That's huge, guys. I think business today doesn't do this because they feel that those few seconds is going to take away the potential $1 million they can make. And that's really a sad thing. But sometimes companies cut back because they think we don't have time to be personal. I think we need to be more personal in our life. I think that's the problem. Things are getting too automated and we're losing the personal touch. We've said there's problems. I mean, we've had kids that have taken their lives because of different text messages that went across, and then chat systems that gave the wrong advice. I mean, come on. We need to get back into personal touch. I'm just being honest. Technology is great for information, but we never should make it be a replacement for human or personal touch. I don't know if you know this, but just being around somebody, even if not touching them, that whole bit of you being around them is considered personal touch. just because of how close you are with the energy. All right, number 29. Ask, what's one thing you still want to experience in your life? Dream with them. Remind them life isn't over. It's constantly evolving. Some people might feel that, they haven't got to where they want. Maybe their kids can actually help them reach that goal. Maybe. I mean, sometimes some goals are meant to be shared. They're meant to be worked out together. I mean, I think that's a powerful thing. All right. And number 30, guys, end the day with love you or I love you, even if that's not your family's usual phrase. It might feel awkward at first, but words grow powerfully when spoken often. Let's love and let it become a habit. Maybe it's simply on a phone call. I love you, whatever. Do something like that. Now, when you consistently show up for your parents, okay, even through the simple, heartfelt gestures that I've shared with you here this evening, like these, you're going to build bridges that time can never erode. And I think that's the difference between working on a relationship long term and just doing something quick and fast for the moment. The quick and fast doesn't really have that much fuel to it. Somebody goes and buys an expensive gift. Okay, great, right? But that really doesn't come from the heart. It comes from the wallet. I mean, I know the thought, they always say the idea, the thought, it's the thought that counts, right? But we have to do a lot more than just give from our wallet. We have to give from our heart, okay? It's okay to give from our wallet too, but we need to give from our heart. Remember, guys, love doesn't demand grand gestures or solutions. It doesn't. There's no grand gesture needed. Just daily signals that say, hey, I care about you today. And you might think that this is really wacky, but I'm encouraging you to please give this a try. Hey, guys, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, graduate student, and a passionate lifelong learner. And I'm devoted here to help you and remind you that every moment of compassion you give will ripple forward. If today's message resonated with you on any level, be sure to subscribe to Inspirations for Your Life, share this episode out, and invite others to the platform so we can elevate their hearts and their minds one day at a time. You can connect with me for free by visiting believemeachieve.com. Again, thank you very much to all of my partners that are deciding to carry this great content that is so amazing, and I'm so grateful for that. Have a great night, and remember, things start small and they will grow big.